Hi everyone, it's David Pryor again from Priority Funding and Forward Funding. We've been doing a series of videos on frequently asked questions. So today's first question is it easy to finance a business as seasonal income or is a non-traditional income type of business? Great example may be a farm or a business that has windows of opportunities for income. That might be every 2 months it earns a large amount of income, and then for 2 or 3 months, then there's not a lot, and then there might be 3 or 4 in a row that they have large amounts of income. So we call them seasonal income type businesses. A farm is a great example. Okay. Now, anything can be done for a client if we communicate the right message to the lender. Okay. A lot of your lenders in this space simply say no too hard. Okay. But there are a lot of lenders who will listen and tailor a deal to meet the needs of a client. Okay. So let's use a farm that wants to buy a tractor, but they know that they're only going to earn income for 8 months of the year. Not a 4 month total nothing, but it might be 4 months of great, 2 months of nothing, 4 months of great, 2 months of nothing. So we call that seasonal. With that logic, we would actually go to a lender and structure a payment plan and a preferred model to the lender to say, we want January, February, March, and April to be $1,500 a month. Okay, we'll nominate a number in this example. Then we say for months May and June, we want to pay $300 a month. Now, what that does, it actually says we want to pay something so you know that we're not going anywhere. Okay. And then the next 4 months might be $1,500 a month again. And then the last 2 months might be $300 or $400 a month. Now you might say to me, David, that's not seasonal because you're still making payments. Well, number one, if I didn't pay you for 2 months, would you wonder where I was? Yeah, the answer is. So if you're actually structuring this so that you pay nominal payments, you would have saved money in those first 4 months. Then you make nominal payments for months 5 and 6 and months 11 and 12. That is a good strategy because you're going to a lender and saying, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll make my main payment in these times. Then you're creating a solution. That's the answer, actually. Creating a solution to a problem. Not just coming up to someone and saying, I have a problem, find a solution for me. One of our greatest aspects of priority funding and forward funding and the team we have is we actually listen and create solutions. And this is one. Okay. So that's a great option for businesses who do have that seasonal income. But we go in there coordinated. We communicate. We go in there with a plan. They might come back and say, okay, we'll do this, but instead of $300 a month for those lower months, we want $400. It's the art of negotiation. Okay, if you can then show you can do this, if you can show the strength, we can show mitigating clauses to make this work, then we do that. Okay. Next question on this one today. Can I convert an unsecured loan into a secured loan if I offer collateral later on? Okay. Yes, you always can, as long as the collateral is accepted by either the lender who has the unsecured loan, or if we exit that unsecured loan facility and fund with another funder, as long as that other funder actually accepts that security. Now, when you do a loan, as I mentioned in many other videos, if you pay it out early, you will get an interest rebate, some sort of dispensation, okay? But it won't be full. It won't be a full no interest for the remaining term. If you then have $5,000 worth of what I call fresh air, because it's interest that is not against that asset, but it's basically there to be paid out, you're then funding that against another asset, then you're paying interest that you wouldn't necessarily have had to pay. Okay, it's there. It can be done. Yes, and Many people do this type of loan. I mentioned in a previous video where your unsecured loans tend to be shorter term, your equipment loans tend to be longer term. So you might find that by offering that car, that truck, or that piece of equipment that's worth good money, then all of a sudden you can get a longer term, which takes the pressure off your cash flow. If you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you can see the benefits long term, then it definitely can be done. Thank you again. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.